Hi, I'm Jude Kirk and welcome to Let's Go Shopping. I'm on location today down at 18 Coleridge Street here at OEM with Paul. Paul, we've got some really exciting things to show the viewers today, so let's get on with the show. Paul, we're now looking at the OEM in-car media unit. Tell me about this. How does it actually work?
Well, they're a complete replacement stereo. Now, if you look at your car, every car just about has a different aperture. They were originally all designed different gaps to stop car theft, so people didn't sell stereos like they used to in the old days.
Right.
Which prevents a little issue for us because we have to supply 80 different makes and models of cars. So the one we're sitting in here is the Toyota Blade or the Toyota Auris. So you can see it all fits in perfectly. We have them to fit like the Mazda 3, the Mazda 6, the Suzuki Swift, the Ford Focus, the Ford Mondeo. The list goes on. So we have them specific to each model, and we have a couple of universal models. They all have the same features. And what they do is, once you turn the car, they do this. The main feature a lot of people love about these is that it does this. It has a full colour reverse camera.
Fantastic. Okay, so how does this actually work? Why have we got different colours here?
They're just little guidelines to give you an indication of how close you are. So the little guidelines, and we can set the camera for different vehicles. For some people in four-wheel drives, for example, we set up so they can see the tow bar.
Great.
And we angle, but it's a good angle, and really it just stops you running over someone. I remember backing out of my house nearly a year and a half ago, and I nearly hit someone. They're running along the road, oblivious with their Walkman headphones on, and nearly got them. And I just thought there had to be a better way, which led me to do that. So every time you hit reverse in the car, that comes on straight away.
What are these other features here as
Other
well?
features going downwards, we have GPS, which is legal and licensed for New Zealand, and you can update it.
Okay.
So hitting the GPS feature brings us up the best map we've found. It gives you wherever you want to go. So
fantastic.
Here we are in Coleridge Street. It gives us the current time, the speed, and we can actually even change that to the distance to destination, the speed we're currently doing, even the altitude if you're really that way inclined.
Gosh.
If you want to find somewhere, you can search. We will search destination, address. We're going to search in Christchurch, go backwards. We'll go to CTV, shall we?
Done.
What number are we? What number are we? CTV?
Telephone number?
500 Wairaki Road we'll go to, because no one can remember. And it gives you options. You can either show it on the map just to give you a refresher. We can save it as a waypoint if you've got 3 or 4 destinations. We've sold cars to a few nurses who set up in the morning if they've got a few jobs to go to, but we'll navigate there. It calculates the route really quickly, calculates guidance, and tells you at the moment we're in Coleridge Street. In 200 metres we're going to turn into Gaston Street. And it gives you spoken directions the whole way. The unit's so clever that if you receive a phone call on the way, it'll just play the phone call across the bottom. And when the radio's playing, because we want the radio playing while you're on a journey, as soon as voice instructions come across, it will drop the volume on the radio automatically.
Oh my goodness.
Or the device you're listening to.
What else is on there? So
what else is on there?
You've got Bluetooth.
But wait, there's more.
Oh,
this one has radio, obviously. Now, which is already set up.
Fantastic.
You can save up to 30 stations on your radio. You've got 18 FM, 12 AM, and it has our lightning thing. So if you're out of town, hit the lightning button there, it'll automatically save the fastest stations, the closest stations for you.
Okay.
Obviously radio, everything's got a radio. Getting back to there, it has Bluetooth. So automatically, once you've hooked up the Bluetooth the first time, this unit will hook you up within 10 to 15 seconds every time you get in the car. It'll even suck down your address book.
Oh my goodness.
And you can search your address book. So I'll ring Gary in our office. I'll ring Gary. It'll dial Gary. It even says the number of the person coming through. Probably.
I mean, this is a safety feature as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's complete hands-free. Hey, mate, just doing a Bluetooth test.
Mate, loud and clear, sounds good.
Okay, thanks, mate.
Great.
Done.
Fabulous.
Go back to there, so you can search. Now, it wouldn't be complete unless you could. You got the latest device. You can Bluetooth your music if you've got any sort of smartphone.
Yes.
Just hit the Bluetooth button there. Pick a song you want to have, and it'll play. We'll turn the volume on.
Oh my goodness.
You want to change track? If you've got steering wheel controls.
Oh, that's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Goodness, this is a really sophisticated piece of machinery.
Now you can also, it also has a CD, DVD slot if you're old school and you've still got music like that.
Thanks.
But we have also in here, you can put music on an SD card. So you can take up to 8 gigs, so you can put about 3,000 or 4,000 songs on it. So
Oh, don't.
burn all your CDs
Wow.
to an SD card, and you never even need to play it, you can just log it in there.
That's
for
an
all time.
exciting, it really is an exciting piece, isn't it?
Now you used to show something in the glove box.
I
If you've got an
did.
iPod, you can plug in the iPod cable. Now it'll also charge your iDevice as well.
Goodness me.
So it connects your iPod, comes up, you connect it okay, play your music, playlists, you can surf down to your purchase songs, select what you like, play it all.
Wow. Hey, I like your music selection
Oh,
as
yeah,
well.
so I'm not sure about the copyright issues, but we'll be fine. So I think if you play it for under 6 seconds, you're okay.
Okay, so what, oh good. Okay, so what else have you got on
What
here
else
as
have
well?
you got on there? What else do you need?
It keeps going, though. This
That's
it
just the first
really
thing.
does.
Obviously, your iPod, your SD card.
Yes.
Now you can also plug a USB device in, and on
Right,
some of the units
yes.
we'll plug a USB device in the back because not everyone's got an iPhone, so we're aware of that.
Sure.
So we plug an USB.
So if you're on holiday and you've
Yep.
got photos on your phone, can you plug it in here and view
You
the
put them
photos
on the
on
SD
here as
card.
well?
Yep.
Oh, isn't
So
that
if you've got a photo of your
fantastic?
favourite dog, cat, girlfriend, boyfriend,
Oh my goodness.
whatever. Now, in the back, if you don't like the colour scheme in the background, you can also change the background setups. So you want something, you can take them off the SD card. We'll just change the colour scheme here. We've got a little bit brighter on the day for you.
Wow.
So you can do anything you want, and also you can. It's got a calculator and a couple of games.
Goodness me.
So
This is a
They've got
really,
really
really
everything in them.
impressive piece of
Yeah.
machinery, isn't it?
yeah, they're really cool. But again, the big thing for a lot of people is that reverse
It's the
camera.
reverse camera.
Yeah.
Paul, the OEM in-car media system, this has been your brainchild, hasn't it?
It was a couple of years ago. I was backing out of my drive and I nearly hit someone, and I thought, oh, this isn't a really good thing to have. So I thought I'd actually go and get myself one. But when I had a look around, some of the offerings are frankly terrible. The silly things that go in the mirror, and they are very expensive and they don't work very well. There's the wireless cameras that don't work very well. Then when it went to look at a factory one, they were like $2,500 plus camera. They didn't have many features in them. I just thought it was just unbelievable. So I decided to do my own. So I had a hunt around the internet. I tried a few different manufacturers and found that half of them were rubbish. And then finally, on about the fourth guy, I found a guy who makes a very good unit. We've dealt with them quite a bit. We've got another couple of manufacturers on now, so we've got the entire pool of vehicles. Not everyone makes one,
Yes.
but Gary and I have been up to China 4 times now. We've checked out the factories, we've made sure everything's working, and a lot of our parts are supplied by the same people that actually make iPhones and that sort of thing. So
Gosh.
our factory's only 25 k's away from the Apple factory. So a lot of our, not that they're not Apple product at all, but they are using high quality components.
Okay.
And we've got no children at all working on the thing.
So this isn't wireless?
No, the cameras.
What's
cameras
the
are hard.
difference there?
Well, a wireless camera, when you engage reverse, it sends a signal to the camera at the back wirelessly, and it can be easily interfered with electrical stuff. Like if you're driving past an old Leeming store or a power store or something like that, the electrical interference will set the camera off, and it just causes grief. So ours are hardwired in, so there's no loss of signal and there's no interference with
Okay.
it. So that's
So
part of the installation process.
That's
as well.
also a huge safety bonus
Yeah.
as well, isn't
And we have
it?
different cameras as well for different cars, so that the camera is unobtrusive and doesn't block, and different angles. So we might, like I said, we might get a farmer who really wants to see the tow bar, wants a slightly different angle, or so we just make them we can have them change the angle for each person.
Very interesting. Can we talk cost here as well?
Yep,
Paul?
sure. So for our average Toyota or a Nissan unit, or average Universal unit, around $899, including Gestapo tax and including installation.
Goodness me,
So
that's great.
It's a couple of hours installation. We'd like to have the car for half a day, and we'll give you a loan car while we do it. And we have a different models. Now, there is quite a difference in models. Like some of the European stuff have what's called CAN bus, and they've got different wiring systems, and that's quite heavy and expensive to do. But if you're close to around the sort of, up to our Ford Range unit, which is $1,599, which is our dearest one, but your average Mazda 3 or Mazda 6 or Suzuki Swift or Suzuki SX4, you're around $999, including GST. And that's
a huge difference. Some of these units are up to $2,500,
Yeah.
aren't they?
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
And I mean, this is all updated. It's all New Zealand compatible.
Yeah, it's all the maps are legal.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so we've gone out of our way, and we deal with Czechoslovakian and Hungarian companies for the maps.
Yes.
So we've gone quite out of our way to get it all right.
Goodness me.
Yeah.
So, and also with all the music and photographic, it's very personalised, isn't it?
You can
the whole
change every.
system?
We've got a couple of different formats. You can change everything on the screen to however you like it. If you want to have a photo of your, like I said, favourite dog in the background or cat or whatever, you can do it all.
It is very high quality camera work on here as well. I
Yeah.
mean, the screen's very clear.
Yeah.
It's very easy to map
Yeah.
your way around.
Yeah.
I know I've had some of those TomToms and things and played with friends one, and I just couldn't use it.
Yeah.
Using this one was
Yeah.
extremely easy to
we've
get in.
really got out of our way to try and it'll do the entirety of New Zealand, I should say, and even Stewart Island.
Goodness, will it
Yeah,
really?
So do that, and that we've found them to be really accurate. And it also aesthetically, we've tried to get the colours to match the right unit. So we'll
Right.
show you later our Suzuki and Mazda ones. We've got some in stock here now. When you look inside the car, they look completely and utterly as though they were designed to be there by the factory. They all match up, and the colours are. It's been quite a process getting the right.
So it doesn't
colour.
actually look like some big replacement unit
Some
that's been put
aftermarket
in there.
sort of
Yes.
Kawaza something rather that,
Yeah.
that the neighbourhood bogan's going to swipe out of your car at night.
Yeah, right.
And we've deliberately marketed them, probably not to our benefit, but we haven't put anything on them, so that if someone does look in your car, and they just think it's just a stereo,
Fabulous.
which would obviously if they got stolen, it'd be good for us in insurance payouts. But they're
Yes.
we've decided to leave them completely unbranded so that they are
For safety
for
issues,
safety,
for
yeah,
security.
security issues. Yeah.
Fabulous. Tell me as well, time frame. It's to be able to book it in and get one of these systems
Yep.
put in.
We're chugging through sort of 4 or 5 a day.
Okay.
So, but we've got 2 installers across the road at Auto One doing them,
Okay.
and we've got another couple of installers around town. We've got quite a few of the audio installers around town install them for us as well.
And you don't want to sell them for people to install them themselves,
No, we
do
don't.
you?
We just do it all. We prefer not to the home handyman market. We
Yes.
much as we are. We're not keen. We'll spend as much time talking to you on the phone, talking through it, or which wire connects to which wire, as we will
Well,
install
it
it.
looks nicer.
Yeah.
There's no mistakes.
Yeah.
The unit's going to run
Yeah.
properly if it is all
Yeah.
installed, and your prices are
Yeah.
installation
and I don't
included.
think the price from $900 onwards, I consider it to be a premium product at a fairly good price.
Oh, I think it is as well.
Yeah, and I know we've sold, and we've just sold a huge amount to the New Zealand's most trusted organisation, the AA. They've taken all our units on.
Fabulous.
Yeah, so
Have
they
really?
want the reverse camera, and they want the Bluetooth functions, and they want an all-in-one unit rather than having 3 or 4 things hanging off the dash in their cars. They want an all-in-one unit. So we've negotiated, and Gary's going to go around, and we're going to fit them all to the AA vehicles over the next few months.
The OEM in-car media unit, after sales service.
Right, now we're happy to when you buy one, we always like to allow you 20 minutes so we can talk you through how it works.
Okay,
That's-
what say it's going to take a little bit more than 20 minutes for somebody?
It does happen from time to time, but we average it out, and
imagine.
we do get the odd person who's a little bit technophobe, and they've bought it really for the reverse camera and the Bluetooth, and some of the other functions are a little bit challenging. But we're happy to talk you through it. If you want to come back, and we've got no problem talking you through it. The camera, also the parts, things that can get damaged on the unit. Obviously the stereo, the hardware in it's fairly strong, but the camera in the back, we have had the odd case where someone's seen the camera and thought that was the way you open the boot and smashed them in the case. We'll supply you a camera for $30. So
Oh my
I really want the camera. I really like the safety aspect of it. So if someone ever breaks your camera or you get in a ding, you come and see us. We're happy to supply another camera.
Fantastic. That's a
Yeah.
pretty cheap replacement, $30
We are,
as
yeah.
well.
We do subsidise it slightly, but I'd rather people. I'd hate someone to have a bit of a ding because they didn't have So we're happy to supply the camera straight away.
Fabulous.
Yeah, and we keep a couple hundred in stock all the time.
And tell me also, what about, I know for myself, I would want a couple of goes at doing the reverse camera because I'd be so tentative, all of a sudden
Yeah.
trusting something
Well, that's
when
the
you've
fir-
always
the,
relied
the
on
first
yourself.
couple of times when you go to use it, you go, oh, do you really trust it? Because it's on TV and you don't necessarily believe what's on TV.
Yeah, absolutely.
So when people once you're used to it, like obviously in our other business, a car warehouse, we can fit them to within that distance with the camera. It's an amazing thing. Like, I know now, having used one of my own car for a year, when I go and move a car around that doesn't have a camera, and I've been a professional backer of cars for nearly 20 years, I almost struggle a bit with it now.
Is that right?
Yeah, it's
You've become so used to it.
Yeah, it's and it's the convenience of it, and it's just the fact that you're just not going to run someone over.
Tell me, how many days a week are you open here as well?
I open 6 days a week, basically.
6 days a week? What kind of hours do you do?
8:30 to 5:30 on Monday, And Saturday, depending on how good the weather is, and if I'm going to go and play cricket, we're open till about 1 o'clock on Saturday. But usually around 2:30. It's usually something till 2:30 on Saturday.
Well, and you do keep up with all of this as well, don't you? You're constantly over to Asia, seeing your suppliers.
And Gary and
you're
I,
very hands-on.
Yeah,
with
Gary
it,
and I are
aren't
back
you?
up in February. We've got a couple other ideas for another product as well. We've got we're trying to work with the big company on another, not in car, another safety product. We're working on how to do it as well. So we'll hopefully bring that to market next April. I think we'll have that sorted.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Where can people actually get this media unit?
Well, as you've seen those display units that we saw in the last segment, they're actually at there's about 10 or 11 car yards around town have got them sitting in their showroom. So you can buy them from most car dealerships, or you can come and buy them direct from us at OEM Audio
Okay.
down here in Coleridge Street.
Have you also come across any cars to date that you haven't been able to install them in?
Some of the earlier model cars we can't, because they do require what's called a double DIN slot. They require that sort of rectangular slot.
Right.
There is the very odd thing, like Ford Falcons, where we can't do very easily, but we can do it if the customer really wants. We have to get a fitting kit, and there's the odd European kit that is a little bit of an issue.
So we've already seen it in the Blade installed,
Yep.
the unit. What have we got in here?
This is the Suzuki SX4.
Oh, the SX4.
Popular
okay.
is popular. As you can see here, we've got this unit already going.
Oh my
You
goodness.
can see how it looks factory fit. It looks genuine. They are actually made for this model in a few other countries. So it all looks, colours are right, everything's right, and it works with your steering wheel controls.
That's amazing. It just looks like it was born with this in it, doesn't it?
It's exactly the image we're trying to portray.
I love it.
Yeah. So,
That looks
and
really
a huge,
hot in
great
there.
screen as well.
It is a really good size screen because a lot of these media units also are very small screened, aren't they?
None of ours.
And I love the vibrancy of the colour.
Yeah,
Like
that's
I said as well, that's
again we've
really
personalised
good.
that one to just show you some of the effects that you
I like it.
can create if you want something light.
Really
We've got
like
another car to go to.
Okay. This one here
This is the ever popular Suzuki Swift. This forward-thinking
Right.
car dealer's already installed a few in their cars. So this is a Suzuki Swift. Now, this is an 05, but we've got this from the 04 through the current model. So as you can see again here, we've just set up a slightly different look in this one.
Oh, wow, yes.
So it looks, everything matches in perfectly, doesn't it?
Ah, it's just incredible.
Again, your steering wheel controls work. You can mute it off there, and it just looks
And
the
of course,
part.
you've got your Bluetooth running through there as
Yeah,
well. for when
Bluetooth,
you
your
call.
music, if you want to make a call, that sort
Fabulous.
of thing. So that's your Suzuki Swift. We can do those from 04 right through to current model.
I can't believe that these are $9.99,
Yep,
GST inclusive,
installed in the car.
installed into the car.
12-month warranty on them, and they're brand new.
That
Yep.
is just phenomenal. It really is. And it is an absolute quality piece.
Oh yeah, there's been a lot of effort and tears and things like that. And Gary and I have sold 900 odd of them now.
I know on a personal level that you are a very fastidious man, so I know whatever it is you do,
Yeah.
you wouldn't let it go to the market until it was absolutely A1 100%.
No, we've put our
Yeah.
lot of blood, sweat, and tears, and we've
Yeah,
got
I
our
bet you have.
quality rates down. We've got them. We've got a failure. Let's be fair, the electronic things do go wrong with the stuff. We've got a failure rate on now to under 0.9%.
Wow.
So we've really got it down to yeah. And like that Neil Martin said many years ago, it's the putting right that counts. So if you ever get one that fails, we've got parts in stock for them. We do keep. You're not like buying it off some little guy off trade you're never going to find again.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You're going to find us. We're down here in College Street, and if we can't fix it straight away, we'll just put another one in it. And we've got hundreds of them in stock, so we're tuning out. Now here's another blade, just to show and just to refresh what they look like.
I'd love the car and the system.
Well,
It looks
easy.
amazing in here.
If you just want to stay
Love
after we've
it.
filmed it, I can do the paperwork if you like.
Okay, that'd be great.
So here's the.
They're going to build CTV.
Yeah.
Thanks.
They bought from me before.
They have indeed.
So yeah, there's our blade unit again. Again, your steering wheel controls work.
I mean, the thing is as well, all of these dashes that we've seen so far are really very, very varied.
Yeah.
And
we've-
yet the system just looks so smooth and sleek and beautiful in all of them.
Did you notice I got the backlighting right too? So it's a little, because there's Orange Instruments, we've got the little orange backlighting correct as well.
Love it.
Gary spent 5 hours on Skype over doing colour swatches one night when he could have been out getting the colour right. So we spent a lot of time getting the so the colours match the dash as well.
That is amazing. That's what I mean. That's the kind of
craziness.
Oh, well, okay, that's the kind of craziness that these guys will go to. I love it, just to have it absolutely spot on.
Now, here's your Mazda Excella or Mazda 3 model. So this is the latest model one, but we can do the 04 through to the current model one as well.
Okay.
So this is an 09 one, which again, this forward-thinking car dealers thought to install already.
Okay.
So have a look at how that fits. Look at the size of the screen.
Wow. That's, yeah.
And it just looks, again, your steering wheel controls work. You've got your GPS, your Bluetooth, you can play a DVD if you're really old school, and including apparently karaoke ones. A customer told us last week we'll play karaoke discs. Things get pretty tight on that drive down to Queenstown.
Love it.
Plug your iPod in, obviously SD card. Yeah, they are, we don't think there's a feature really that they're missing at all.
Well, there isn't. That's the whole thing as well, and that they have been designed for New Zealand roads, New Zealand standards, Kiwis using them as well. That's what's amazing. 999, GST inclusive.
Yep, GST inclusive for most models.
And installed as well.
Yep. And we'll give you a lesson on how to use it as well.
And a free lesson to use it as well.
Yep,
And that can be extended.
Oh, and there's an English language manual as well.
Oh!
Yeah, so everything's, in fact, we're translating that even further. Gary's daughter's actually translated a bit of it for us as well.
Oh, fabulous, actually.
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
Nothing like cheap student labour. I'm telling you, it's a great thing.
If people, Bernie actually brought up a really good point. What's how you're going to sell your car?
Now, if you've bought like a Toyota or a Nissan, most of the Toyota ones are interchangeable, or a Volkswagen. We have the Volkswagen, and you can take it with you to the next vehicle. In the case of some of these, like the Mazda 3 and that sort of thing, no, you can't.
Okay.
But you should get more value for the car.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, absolutely. It's like putting these sort of things into your home, isn't it? They're all...
Yeah, it adds value, and just
Absolutely.
We'd like to think that the value you get over the 4 or 5 years you own your car for, the sheer enjoyment, you'll come back and get another one.
Well, and also, you know, we've mentioned it before, huge safety issues as well. You know, it's hands-free, Bluetooth hands-free in the car, and also with the reverse cameras as well. Huge amount of accidents.
Like the one time you don't run over the neighbour's dog, you don't have an argument with your partner when driving at night trying to find where you're going, and you don't get a ticket from the police when you're talking your phone.
You know how you said you're actually going to be designing a new thing? I need you to design something, please. I actually ran one of the neighbour's dogs over from the front.
Front camera, that's actually, we're looking at that as well.
Okay, are you?
Yeah, front camera, so there's a couple of interface changes we need to make, and we're talking about installing front camera. Front camera is really, really complicated because of bonnet and badges, but it's something, we have thought about. We've got another idea coming as well.
Goodness gracious me, that's going to be a real breaker.
Yeah, because a lot of the real your new plush cars do have cameras in the front as well.
Oh, do they really?
Yeah, you can buy a few brand new cars. We're talking the 40, 50 grand sort of stuff. Some of them do have front cameras, but you've got to pay that. And we sell, like in our Holden Captiva range, the difference between the base model Holden Captiva and the top of the range one is about $8,000, which is the biggest set of alloy wheels and a fancy stereo.
Oh, right.
And we're selling them to Wellington all the time for our Holden Captiva units, about $1,299 fitted. And the factory stereo is $4,500. And our unit, it's got more features.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, and it's easy to use.
Yeah, and it's a beautiful size screen, as you say, as well. And it is actually very easy, because I'm not too flash with technology, but I certainly found my way around the screen very easily. Time frame as well, Paul, for getting these installed?
Look, we've got most models. We've got 200 odd units in stock at any one time. We've got we've got more coming all the time. If we've got it in stock, we'll be able to fit it within a couple of days generally, because we've got it down to a bit of a fine art production line going. And we do have other installers around town, like we have Richard down at Soundworks in Ferry Road. He installs them all the time for a lot of dealers, and he's a really, really competent operator. We've got Maddie across the road at Auto One fit them for us, and we've had another couple of installers around the town. Now, I know if you're out of town, we have installers in Invercargill, Dunedin, Christchurch obviously, Ashburton, Blenheim, Nelson, Wellington, Wanganui. I don't know how that happened, but we have. We've got a guy in Tauranga, we've got a guy in Whangarei, and we've got a guy in Auckland.
And
we've picked up Barry and Hamilton as well, who install them for us.
Fabulous.
So it's become
You've got it really tied up, haven't you? Which is great. So there really is that
eventually,
service.
after we sold 10,000, I reckon I'll be able to take Karen out for a meal when we made some money out of it.
Do you reckon?
No, probably not.
No, probably not. Knowing you.
Another scheme.
Knowing you. Look, I can't wait to see your next invention as well. But look, for $999, it takes about half a day. You do get a car to drive around in while it's being installed. $999, that includes GST and installation, safety, luxury. Why wouldn't you want to do it? Great present to yourself or somebody else. I've actually had a great time here with you, Paul, of course, learning all about the in-car media unit. Paul, I don't understand why people would buy lots of little different gadgets in their car when they can actually have it all in one unit.
Yeah.
As you say, the safety issues between hard wiring and just the flip-floppy.
Yeah, the wireless ones, yeah, which don't work anywhere near as well
Backing
as they should.
cameras, yep.
Yeah, I mean, the time you put a GPS on the dash, you put a Bluetooth device somewhere else, you perhaps put a reverse camera somewhere else, you've got 3 or 4 devices hanging off the phone. And the beauty of this, when the phone rings and you're on the radio turns itself off.
Yeah,
so
beautiful.
you're not trying to turn things. And if you're navigating and you want to still have the music on, or you want to listen to talkback, or you want to listen to a podcast, or whatever, it'll automatically mute when the radio's on. When the GPS command comes through.
Fantastic.
So otherwise, you can't do all at once.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so.
I like the fact that it's all together. It's neat, it's tidy. Once again, seeing it in another vehicle, in the Toyota Camry here, it looks like it was done at point of making the vehicle here from the factory. It's just amazing, really.
Yeah, they're how these are worked out. Their model, what we call our model-specific units, have come out really, really well. I mean, there's a lot of effort going on to getting the colours, and if the factory guys we deal with are really, really clever. And Gary in my office is half a genius. He's got it to such a level that we are frequently talking to the factory for an hour at a time, working out different things, and we actually test them for our factory now.
And do you really?
We work cheaper than a Chinese labourer.
Wow, it's your baby, as I've said before. Look, that's the other thing as well, that you get on so well with the factory as well, where you have all this made. That's got to be a really big bonus for you as well, that the communication lines are really open and really good there as well.
We get on well with these, with the 2 factories we use. We get on very well with them. We go up there, and like I said, Gary and I will be going up again in February.
It'll be a dangerous trip.
Oh, it'll be entertaining.
Gary is always entertaining, isn't he?
Yeah,
Extremely. So we're looking at half a day to get these put in the majority of vehicles here?
Yep, majority of vehicles, half a day. And like I said, we'll give you a loan car while we do it. We're happy to do that. And we'll get it done, and we'll give you a lesson. We'll hook up your Bluetooth to your phone before you go. We'll make sure you download, we'll tune in your favourite stations for you. We'll make sure you're happy with using a reverse camera.
Okay.
And we'll show you how to plug in things like your little SD card feature if you want to use the SD card. And it'll all work pretty seamlessly.
Fantastic. Sounds great. Absolutely brilliant. $999. That includes GST, includes installation. And that's my telephone, so I better answer it. Thanks a lot for joining us on Let's Go Shopping.